Okay, so first of all, nice Subaru over there. Check. Alright, guys. So welcome back to my YouTube channel. And since you know the audio is down 2 weeks in a row now. Yeah, 2 weeks in a row now. I haven't touched it yet, so we have no vehicle to make content. So therefore, we are supposed to find other means of making content. And with that being said, here we are today. So I'm with my wife. We're at her friend's house, and sitting in the corner of her friend's garage, I find this nigga. No, I did cover the plate because I ain't trying to get into trouble with people and the number plates. So I'm gonna figure out if I could find a way to make at least a 10-minute video using this beautiful motorcycle so that I can have practice and practice on my speaking, and also so I can post, because I haven't posted last week, so I need to post. So with that being said, let's see if I could turn this video into a 10-minute video. I don't know how, so if you do it last for 10 minutes, don't mind, but stick around. Hopefully I could make this interesting. I don't know, let's see what happening. All right, so this is the bad boy. Now, basic knowledge from what I know, very basic knowledge. This is a motorcycle. Focus. Ka-ching, yeah, get that right. So this is a motorcycle. Now this motorcycle is a Kawasaki Ninja. Check. No, I'm not sure if this is what y'all call a street bike or not, because I'm not a bike guy, but nevertheless, I call it a street bike. When I was younger, everything was called a Ninja. Even if it wasn't Kawasaki, it could be like a Honda CBR or some shit, still call it a Ninja. So this is an actual Ninja. So thumbs up again. See, there are two things I get right to check. All right, yeah, cover the plate, because yeah, 2 + 2 is 4. If you knew me before, then you know I do have a scooter. Not the same thing, I know, I get it. So this one compared to my scooter, because that's all I could compare it to. So look at Vex, because that's all I literally could compare it to. This is a manual. It's actually fast because my shit was like a 125cc. This is a 600. I'm not sure how much horsepower this makes. I'm not sure how much my scooter made either. I had a Yamaha. This is Kawasaki. So this is like big boy shit. And then what I had is like shit. So if you ever rode a bike, kudos to you. If you never rode a bike before, let me see if I could explain in simple terms how it's done. Alright, so over here we have stuff for starting the bike. Check, that would be these controls here. Also on this side I have front brakes, throttle. Right here you have rear brakes. Check. And I guess this time is just for passenger. Kudos. Right. On the other side, over here, we have signal stuff, horn, headlights, high beam and stuff like that. I'm not sure what lap is. I'm guessing there's some fancy stuff within the bike system. I really don't know, so don't get mad at me. Up here you have your gauges, your gears and all that stuff. Well, your neutral switch, fuel, beams, indicators. I'm not sure what these does. And unlike cars, these bikes rev very freaking high. So keep that in mind. Right. Over here, clutch. Check. You need to use your clutch. I suck at clutch stuff, but nevertheless. Here we have gears. Now if I remember, it's all the way down for first, one up for neutral, up after that is second, up after that is third, up after that is fourth, up after that is fifth. I'm not sure how high it goes, if it goes all the way to 6, but that's what it's supposed to be like. Check. So there's that. To me, this is a big bike because I am like what, 4'1". Yeah, so I'm pretty short, so this is considered a big bike in my opinion. I did ride a big bike before. That was a couple years ago. It was a Yamaha R6. So I think it should be like a similar deal. This is a 600. I think the Yamaha R6 is also a 600cc bike. So I could be wrong. Once again, I'm not sure. Hence the reason why I'm just practicing right now. So feel free to fact check me in the comments because clearly I'm not going to be giving good information right now. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to make this a 10-minute video. If you get 5, that's good. Alright, so another notable thing is the brake system on these bikes, right? Now, once again, all I can compare this to is like a cheaper scooter because that's all I know. Check. Scooters or cheaper bikes, they come with cable brake systems. So for the back wheel, they will have a cable drum. So a drum brake system controlled by a cable lever that will be on the pedal up here. Now on those bikes, both left side, which is that side, and right side will be brakes. So this will be the front and this will be the rear. But because of how these bikes are set up and they have the brakes down here, they have these hydraulic systems that are, when you squeeze, fluid goes to these calipers, and there are 2 calipers for the front and 1 caliper for the rear, as you can see. So there's that. So that's pretty cool. I'm guessing, faster bike needs more braking, because 2 plus 2 is 4. So that is one of the things I did notice is different. Now I'm not sure what they call these like devices because like I said, I don't know anything but bikes, but that's what I noticed with that. Also for cooling, now smaller bikes, they don't require much cooling because the engines are smaller. Bigger bikes clearly will generate more heat, so therefore you have radiator in the front here. There's a fan back there. As you can see, these are coolant lines that go to and from the radiator. So similar cooling system to a car, which is what I've noticed. So not too bad as well. I'm guessing this will be the starter over here. Not sure what this reservoir is for, so don't get mad at me. I had no time to do any research or anything like that. I assume right here will be your coolant reservoir for the radiator and all that stuff. So yeah, that's that. But I think like a 600 could be a good bike to get started with. A lot of guys do get started with 600s. I do think there are smaller ones, but I'm not sure how small they go with the engine displacement for like these styles. But yeah, indicators for left and right, brakes. These bikes don't have reverse, so there's no reverse light. Check. You have good headlights though, so yeah. Also, I'm guessing all of this is an active cooling vent right here, because I'm seeing this tube coming through here. So pretty aerodynamic, I would say. You know, I like red color. Red is my favorite color, so I would probably like this bike more than, you know, another color. But yeah, dog. So I'm guessing this video is going to be 5 minutes long. If you were able to understand the words that came out of my mouth, leave a thumbs up. If the video was ass, go in the comments and be like, damn, this shit was ass. You check. Right now there's noise in the background because this Tesla is doing Tesla stuff and the fan is on or something. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video right here. Hopefully I could get some clips online to add to the video to make it longer and see how that goes. So sorry, thank you for viewing. Enjoy the rest of your time.